So let's see if we can get 3,500 likes on this video here for cat eye swap in the Avalanche. If we get 5,000, I'll put the rear on this thing this weekend. I'll lift it back up in the air. So smash that like button, guys. Gotta love an old mountain road here. Good morning, guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new to the channel, I am SendIt Steve. The F450 actually looks right at home out here in the wilderness, in the woods. But today is going to be about the Avalanche, which this is obviously not the Avalanche, but it's soon this will be. So the first thing that we're going to do here is I got a hold of my one buddy. Actually, he reached out to me and said, hey, I got the fenders, I got the grill inserts, like I got everything you need to cat eye swap the Avalanche. Now, you guys do know I've been sitting here kicking it around, and I think we are going to cat eye swap. Well, I know we're going to cat eye swap the Avalanche. So there's a couple different things. I know the fenders are different. Obviously, they are probably, I'd say, about a foot longer because they come in about here and start going down, maybe not a foot, but maybe 6 or 7 inches longer. I don't need the hood. I have a good hood, so he can keep his hood. The fenders, obviously, we are going to take. I'm not sure if I'm going to include the fender flares here. We're probably going to take them, but if I don't need them, I'll bring them back to him because I think I actually have another set of them. But we need like the grill pieces, which is what we need, and obviously the bumper we're going to take, and the other fender. So we're going to go ahead and just start tearing into this thing, get out what we need, and leave him what he needs. So he's actually using the drivetrain out of this for a different project, so this is sort of why he had it. Plus he sold some of the stuff off of it already. As you can tell, it's kind of gutted out already. So he's using what he's using, and I'm using what I need to use. So I'm excited. Let's get the front end all ripped off of this thing. All right, we are making pretty good headway. I think I'm only maybe like 8 minutes in. It is cold outside, to say the least. So I just got to get some of the inner bolts out. I got to move, obviously, this. I got to move the coolant reservoir. There's some things that I got to remove because this inner fender is actually, it goes the whole way back to here. So I'm going to have to take this liner out. There's a couple bolts behind it, but I'm definitely going to go in the truck real quick and warm up because I'm actually freezing. So it's definitely one of the colder days that I decided to do this. I think it's only like 30 degrees out or 29 degrees. And well, my jacket is actually in a buddy of mine's truck. So let me jump in the truck here, warm up a bit, and I'll come back out and start finish tearing it apart. Yeah, so 30 degrees out, and that's when we're doing it. So it's definitely a little bit chilly out. All right, let me warm up. Alrighty, I got everything pretty well loose, and I heard my GoPro beep, so my battery might die. You might not be able to see me do this the whole way, but the only thing I'm gonna have to do now is take off the hood, and well, we should be good to go. So I'll go ahead and disconnect the hood from the fenders, and we got everything disconnected on this side. We got the fuse panel out of the way, the battery out of the way, battery tray. We got pretty much everything except the hood. So I'm gonna go ahead and lift the hood off, and then I'll go ahead and pull the fenders off, and then we'll lay the hood back down on. So give me a minute here, and I'll probably have to pick back up where we left off at the house, because I don't have a spare battery with me, and it seems to be my luck nowadays. So let me go ahead and get the hood off here, and I'm gonna actually put the GoPro in the truck to warm up, and hope we get some battery left. Not everything we need. We got the fenders off. I'm gonna use this plastic piece here because I think it's a little longer than mine because of the way the grill is, but we should be good to go. Bumper, headlights, brackets here. I'm gonna get my own headlights. He's gonna keep them. His is actually broke. Mine is actually broke also. I don't know which one is broke on my truck versus which one's broke on his truck. So he said that's fine, just go ahead and take them. So I think mine's broke on that side, so it will work. If not, mine's broke on the same side as his, but it is what it is. So there you have it. We've got this thing all tearing apart. We didn't even break the windshield or anything. It's definitely hard to do something like this with one hand and by yourself, because you do know my hand is still a little jacked up. 30-degree weather, but we made the best of it. So I'm gonna actually go ahead and put his intake back on here so it's not just bare open, because this is a running and driving truck still at this point. So let me go ahead and do that, and then I'm gonna load up, and we're gonna hit the road. So I will see you guys back at the house. It is always fun to come down out of the mountains like this. Now I know it obviously isn't much, but it's still always fun just to play off-road. Just trees everywhere. And it is still 30 degrees. We're actually only out there a total, I'd say maybe an hour, a little under an hour to get everything torn out. So I'm okay with it. All right, back to the house. All the parts that we need, everything made it safe and sound. Now it's time to start tearing apart the Avalanche, and hopefully things line back up to where they were on the other truck. So like I said, I've never done this before. I'm not sure if I said in this video or another video, but I've never done a swap like this before. So I'm learning just like you're learning. I didn't do any research. I just decided, heck, if I need to, you know, make any modifications to this, I'll make the modifications. Grab the welder, grab some extra steel. We'll weld on what we need to weld on, and we'll drill holes if we need to drill holes. So we're gonna do this together. I'm gonna learn, you're gonna learn. Let's start the process. All right, so a bunch of people wanted to know if this was going to be considered frame damage or not, but as you can tell, this here is actually just like your bumper bracket. Actually is the thing that bolts your bumper on. You can see up here is actually the bolt hole. This piece here, yes, it is, you know, kind of smashed back in. The tow hook is honestly just broken, or not broken, but pushed back in. You can tell that's what it's supposed to look like. So this coming forward will actually end up making the tow hook good again. So we're good on that aspect. And then as far as like the back mount here, this one obviously didn't suffer any damage. You can tell where that one is. You come right over here to this side, and I was able to bend this back into like a factory location. So everything in the front is still good. We have zero frame damage. I mean, it absolutely looks like it's in pretty good shape. So I don't think we're gonna have any issues mounting everything back up, but we've got everything apart. Obviously, when you do this section here, there's two bolts, one here, which this tab was already broken off, and then there's one here, and then on the bottom there's one here, and then one under this one here. So that actually bolts to the bottom of your fender. You lift this up, there's a bolt here, 3 bolts here, pulls it out. Over here, obviously you can just loosen the bracket bolts here, and all that'll come off with the fender. So obviously it's not too terrible. A couple people I did see, you know, ask questions on can I make a how-to on how to actually do the cat eye swap, and so far as of this point, everything seems like it is just bolt on ready. So I'm gonna keep plugging and chugging here and get this thing put back together. We got all of our pieces over here. As you can tell, like, the Avalanche did suffer some pretty significant damage. I mean, it broke all the plastic pieces. Anything that was plastic is broke. The grill is actually still in good shape. There's no brakes under at all on the grill, which is actually surprising. The bumper obviously is pretty much trash. That fender is pretty much trash. This fender is pretty much trash, we're gonna say, because it's starting to rust underneath here. It's not terrible or anything, but you can definitely tell it's starting to get some rust on it. So good thing we're going ahead and doing this, and the parts that we got don't really have much rust. So let me start bolting everything back together here, and I'll pick back up with you in a little bit. Probably I'll get the fenders on each side and make sure they bolt into location, and then I'll kind of go from there. So I'll kind of do this piece back together slowly, or you'll still see it in the time lapse. I'm not really sure how I'm going to do it yet, but I'll get it. If I have any issues, I'll pick the GoPro back up and we'll continue where we were. Alrighty, guys and girls, well, this is where I'm gonna have to leave this video off, and I know it is going to be a little bit of a nail biter, but as you can tell, I'm having a little bit of issues here with the front bumper. So I'm gonna just stop here, make this video for today, and then I'm gonna come back in and have to, because I'm gonna have to make some brackets for the bumper, for the frame rail, because it actually seems as if this frame rail is, I mean, both frame rails are a little bit different than the Chevy truck. You can see how much lower that bracket is down here. So I'm assuming this probably just bolts to the frame down here, and same with the other side. You can just tell, like, it's actually down here. See if you can see, it's actually down below. So I'm assuming this whole top piece is gonna have to come off. Same with this side. That whole top piece is gonna have to come off, and then this will actually sit on top of that frame rail. So there's where I'm gonna end this video. Well, I decided to stop the video there because I've actually come across two major issues that I'm gonna have to address. So I decided I'm just gonna stop right there. I'll pick up on another video coming up very, very soon, probably tomorrow. If not, it'll be for Saturday, and I'll go ahead and address the issues that you'll come across when cat-eye swapping an Avalanche. So I do kind of want to say, like, the door jamb is going to be a problem. The door doesn't fully open because this is the one piece, as you can tell here, and then the bumper we're having issues with, which is the bumper should be a very, very simple, easy fix. It's just a matter of getting rid of a bracket from what I can tell. But I got to end the video here because it's actually getting to be a little bit too long. But there you guys have it. If you like the content, please smash that like button, please subscribe, and let's see if we can't seriously get 3,500 thumbs ups on this video. So I want to see if we can do it. I know we can. I know we get enough views for it. So let's see if we can get 3,500 likes on this video here for cat-eye swap in the Avalanche. If we get 5,000, I'll put the rear on this thing this weekend. I'll lift it back up in the air. So smash that like button, guys. All right, take care. We'll see you in the next one.